I've never been called the Godfather before. I got to process that a little bit. You know, I have a list here of a lot of special people, and looking out here, I think this is the most people we've ever gotten together for graduation. It's great, and we thank you all for coming. Some of you came a long ways, and I know some of you are going home and flying out and going other places, but you squeeze this in, and we really appreciate that. So I just want to introduce the board members, and the greatest one to support me is my wife, Karen Gould. And I haven't said this before in her presence, but I want to introduce someone who is the second most knowledgeable person in the world about service dogs. And she won't mind because I think Bonnie Bergen's a couple of years ahead of her. But that would be Monica back here, dressed in pink. Thank you, Monica. And she is such a help. She's been with us since the very beginning, before we even had a service dog program. I call her really the co-founder, because we have a mentoring program called Alpha Academy, where we have guys come in and try and get a map of where they're going and, you know, what they're going to do for the future. And she was part of that. And she worked for us at the pet resort, and she suggested, you know, it might be good for the guys to try and train a service dog. And we thought, you know, that's a great idea. And we did, and that was the very start of it. And we really appreciate that idea, because that's grown into what it is today. So thank you, particularly Monica. Many of you know Dr. Robin Lewis, and Robin is one of those people who's climbing on a plane here right after the program, and she is good at many things, and we just want to acknowledge her. And she's working on a project right now that we can real objectively show people, and particularly people who might fund us, like the California Department of Corrections, which just turned down a grant for us. Because as someone mentioned before, it's zero recidivism. Well, that's about probably maybe $125,000 a year to keep an inmate, and we've got probably 70 or 80 out. So do the math. The little amount that it costs to fund us is much smaller than what the cost is for folks not to be rehabilitated. So we want to keep on that, and we want to keep doing that. So Robin, particularly, thank you. Is Chief Cash here? Michael Cash, Chief? I didn't see you, but no. What's that? No. Okay. Anyway, Chief is Chief of Guadalupe, and he has a dog which visits everybody. He's famous for a picture with Prince Charles. No, not Prince Charles. Prince Harry, down at the LA fires. So we got that to call on. Mike Ward is over here, retired fire captain. San Luis Fire Department. He has a dog. Some of you might, maybe one of you might be able to remember Jet. And Jet's still there and has a great personality, and we love to get together. I get together with Mike about once a week, and we have a lunch, and I get to see Jet too, so that's a plus. Valerie Warnke is here, and Valerie is on our board, and her husband Paul was my partner on the California Highway Patrol, and he passed away a few months ago, and so we named a puppy Paul. So he's going to represent Paul going into the future. Thank you, Valerie, and it's just a great honor to be able to do that. I understand Paul's under the weather today, and he's not going to be here, but we'll come back. Valerie's local; she lives in Paso Robles, so we'll come back down here and do a personal visit with Paul. Corey Kohler is on our board, and her father was a highway patrolman, and Corey's our treasurer, and that's not correct. That is not correct. So Corey's on our board, Valerie's our treasurer, actually. And Corey loves dogs. I think she lived in San Francisco, I don't know, 30 or 40 years, and decided she wanted a dog, so she came down here and got a house and has a really cute dog, so we're thankful for her. Jason, my dear friend, first of all, and pastor, and some of you may know him because he used to work out here a few years ago, so some of you I know recall that. So we have just a great board, and we're so thankful for them. On top of that, I could read hundreds of names of supporters, but there are a few here that I'd like to mention just to acknowledge all of the supporters, because we have many, many supporters. So Joe Bordeaux is here. We thank Joe for being with us. Thank you, Joe. And Chris Postel. Chris. Chris, there's you probably met a dog already named Christy, and I think Chris is hoping that the dog fails so that she can take it home. Now that's not what we hope for our donors and such, but Chris and Bud are just great. They've literally been with us since the very first day of this operation, and it's gone through a few different versions, but we're so thankful. And they came all the way up from LA, and they're flying to the East Coast and all kinds of other things on their schedule there. So thanks, Bud and Chris. Seymour and his wife, Bonnie. Does that name sound familiar? Bonnie? So they sponsored Bonnie, who you'll meet a little later here, and we thank them for that. A couple of other people. Sharon Turner has been a nice supporter for us. Greta Nura was, as someone mentioned, we have something, it's a car donation program. And a lot of people, you know, they have an extra car, or maybe grandma passed away and they've got one they're not using, and that's been a great program that Mike runs, and that's a really big help for us. So if you have a car laying around, running, not running, we take them all. So, and we want to give credit to John Boy's Towing, because they when they need to pick those up, they don't charge us anything. So they're great help to us. And Anna Avon is here today, and Anna has just been a really nice supporter all along. So again, we could take the rest of the evening and go down this list, but if I missed one of you, it wasn't intentional. We really love and support all of you, and we couldn't do this without this kind of mixed group. And if anyone talks about diversity, I think we've kind of, done that pretty well. So thanks to everybody and all the different folks that make this work. Thank you very much.
There was a few other people that the guys wanted me to recognize. I'm going to make them pause a little bit because they're sweating. They're getting ready to get in front of you guys. I'd like for them to just take a breath and think about the people that helped them also, which is additional acknowledgement to Officer Hernandez, Officer Aguilar, Officer Buffalo, Officer Lemus, and Officer Cook. Are you guys all in here? They just wanted to thank them for all their help and helping them through everything and getting everything that they needed when they needed it. And sometimes they made special exceptions to get their dogs in and out of areas that they needed to and stuff like that. The next person I'd like to bring up is our warden, Warden Danny Samuel.